Maybe that's what some of the dudes in the locker room were doing. That's how they handled the grieving, and it didn't come off right, and Arthur Maulet had an issue with it.
And shout out to my Arthur partner
I love
as
that,
well,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Come
man.
on, dude. I was thinking earlier
100%.
today. Think of the locker rooms, even back with like the prime Ben era with like James Harrison and Troy Polamalu. But even going back to the way old 70s, Jack Lambert, Mean Joe Green, they ain't putting up with any of that shit.
Not at all. And that's the thing. It's like, and I've seen people critique the fact that it was Arthur Maulet speaking and stuff like that.
Who was it
checking
laughing?
the team. Leave me alone. I'm not. You know that
there's a top 3 candidates.
I was about to say
there's a top 3,
and you probably are not far off. But we're not gonna go there. But in all seriousness, though, man, I was happy to hear that it was Arthur Maulet, man, because sometimes it's less about who you are in terms of Pro Bowl, All Pro, and more so just about, man, when you pissed off and you feel like you need something that you got to get off your chest, man, you got to get it off. And it's not in the form of a formal team meeting or a informal/formal players only meeting. That's passion. That's in the heart of the moment. That's right there in the locker room where you should still be pissed off about what happened. It's different when you're talking about the plane ride home. It's different when you're talking about when you're back at the house or on Monday or on Tuesday. But when you're in that locker room right after the game, you just got beat by 30 plus points. What are you laughing about? Seriously. What is so funny when you get beat by that? And you were out there a part of that beating, you know? So I could definitely understand Arthur having that approach. And yeah, I mean, it's disheartening in a sense when you think that, hey, man, who would be feeling like that after a game like that?
We all have guys in mind, huh?
Nope, we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that, okay? We're not going to do that. But when you're being real about it, like, yeah, it ticks me off as an alumni because you're like, bro, that's not how we operate here in Pittsburgh. It does matter. It does mean something. We talk about the black and gold, that standard. We talk about the legacy of the players that have come here before us. It's like, man, like you just talked about, you named off them dudes, man. You think Greg Lloyd would be in that locker room laughing? You think Peasy would be in the locker room laughing? Not a chance. But that is what we're talking about right now in terms of this culture, in terms of trying to create this identity and remember what it is to be a Steeler. It's like, man, sometimes you got to be reminded by that. And shout out to Arthur Maulet, man.
And Pickett and Pickens, I think, could be the guys going forward to lead that. But another thing on Maulet, I was reading today, and this actually is what makes Maulet doing something like that more interesting, or even just, I don't know the right words. It's just like, yeah, this was right. This feels right for him to do it. He obviously has bounced around the league,
so
but
he has experience.
it's even deeper than just going to his Pro Football Reference, because there might only be 2 or 3 teams on there.
I
think it's 8 or 9 different teams
that he's been a part
practice
of.
Squads and bouncing around the league like that. So he takes this shit seriously,
absolutely,
man.
Every snap.
Like, he has grinded for his life to get in the spot where he's at with the Steelers.
You watch him how he practices. He practices like a dude that doesn't have a tomorrow. You watch him when he plays. Not saying that he's a perfect player, and even in the game yesterday, obviously he had the pass play on Stephon Diggs, but you watch him when he's tackling. You watch him when he is out there. He competes like a son of a gun every single snap because it matters. Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings. As y'all can see in the bottom of the screen, shout out to them. You know, the top-rated sports booking app. And we rocks with them in a big time way, man, because they are safe, they are secure, but more importantly, they are reliable. And for all those people that are trying to get into this thing or starting to get into this thing, man, that we like to call sports booking, you know, sports betting and stuff like that, make sure you download the app, DraftKings Sportsbook. And when you download that app, it's going to have a time where you can make your first wager, right? Well, when you're making that first wager of a minimum of $5, if you use the promo code MOATS, you will also receive an additional $200 in free money for your bets. All right. It's a simple concept. Put in 5, use the promo code, get an extra $200. I kind of like that deal, Deke. I don't know about you, but it seems pretty legit to me. All right. But either way, it's a dope concept. Now, I also understand on the contrary that sometimes when we start having a little fun, we overdo it. Sometimes we might create an issue. Maybe even a gambling problem. Might even need some crisis counseling, referral services. I mean, if that is the case.
Yeah.
See, that's a number that you could dial. For my New Yorkers, you got a number you could text. But for the rest of y'all in the room, wherever you're at right now, I want you to listen real closely. I said if you need some services, the number you should call is 1-800-8 800 gambler. I said, oh, 1-800 gambler.